Okay, guys. So last class we have discussed about scenario and scenario outline. Okay. Tell me what is the difference between scenario and scenario outline? Scenario will be executed only once with predefined input values. Whereas scenario outline, it will execute multiple times for different sets of input data defined in the example section. Okay. So today's topic is Cucumber data tables without headers, first topic. Okay. So let me create from project beginning onwards. So today's date is June 4th, right? So I'm going to create a new project, file new. So why I'm telling creation of from project is so that you will get confident how to create Cucumber projects. Okay. So I'm going to create file new other. So so what I have to select? Marvin project. Okay. So let's click on next. So type for org.apache.marvin.quick Okay. So let's click on next. So today's topic is data tables. Data table without header. So entering same name. So today's date is June 4th. So I'm giving project name as Cucumber June 4th. Data table without header. Okay, click on finish. So the project got created. So tell me what is the first step I have to do now? I have to add SRC test resources component. Okay. So tell me how to add this component. Right click on the project, build path, configure build path. Okay. Source tab. So we have to click on add folder. Okay, let's click on create new folder, SRC test resources. Okay, I had given perfectly. Let's click on next, click on finish, click on OK, apply and close. So like that we had created SRC test resources. So under this resources folder, what we have to do? Features folder. Okay, so let's create features folder. Right click, go to new, other, tell me I have to navigate general section. So under general section, I have to select folder. Click on next. So give the folder name as features. Click on finish. So the folder got created. So under this folder, I have to create skills.feature file. So let's create a features file. New. Under general section, I have to select file. Okay, let's click on next. So give tc01 underscore skills dot feature. Use the extension as dot feature with small letters. Okay, click on. So the feature file got created. Okay. So now what I am doing is I am navigating to some existing previous project and SRC test resources, features, skills dot feature file. Okay, I'm copying all the steps from another feature file. So in this one, I'm selecting everything and I'm deleting and I'm pasting. So I'm doing automation functionality of add skills in Orange HRM application, common steps I have written. Okay, create skills record and log into application with below credentials. Okay, every step I am writing given when and then. But here in data tables, what I am doing is for every step input data, instead of specifying within the double quotations, so I am specifying input values for every step input data like this. Got the point? So, and then create a skills record, create skills records 3. Okay, create skills record. So the first step I had, once I navigate and log into the application with below credentials, created skills records 3, and click on logout button and then close browser. So these are the steps I want to generate methods for this one. So now tell me, okay, so this is the feature file is ready now. So next one coming to SRC test Java, what are, okay, one second. So let me copy my runner package. Okay, I'm copying this runner package. Under SRC test Java, I'm pasting that runner package. Done. And next one, I want to create a package name called steps. Okay, let me create a package name called steps. Click on finish. So under these steps, I want to create a Java class file, step definition. So let's create step definition. So to create a Java class file, you need to right click on this package, go to new and click on class. Step definition. Okay, step definition dot Java class file I want to create. I have given step definition and clicking on finish. So step definition dot Java class file got created. Now, so coming back to my form.xml, I want to update all the dependencies. Okay, I want to update all the dependencies. 1 second, guys. Hello. చెప్పండి. చెప్పండి. యాక్చువల్గా ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నాను. కరెక్ట్ గా నాకు 12 o'clock చేయండి. నేను క్లాస్ అప్పుడు ఫ్రీ అయి ఉంటాను. So now I want to generate, now I want to copy all the dependencies. Okay, so let's go to some other project and copy all the dependencies from form.xml. See how I am copying all the dependencies from the dependencies. This is my dependency section. So let's copy all the dependencies. Okay, all the dependencies I had copied. Right click, copy, go to your form.xml. So right now, this is the only one dependency is there. Let's delete this dependency and add all the dependencies. I added all the dependencies. Control V I did. Let's save this program, form.xml. So all the Maven dependencies will be added. So where is my project? This one. So let's verify Maven dependencies. All the supporting jar files automatically added. Next one. Okay, so we did form.xml. What is the one more component here? JRE library is there, Maven dependencies is there, JUnit component. So how to add that JUnit component? Right click, build path, configure build path, libraries, add library. So let's click on next, JUnit 5, click on finish, apply and close. So JUnit 5 component also added. Okay, right. So now I am going back to my runner class file. 1 second. Where is my runner class file? 1 second. Yesterday we copied this or what I am doing is I'm copying all these runner class files. So I'm ready with all my runner class file. Let's open the first runner class file here. So I want to, so what is my path? SRC test resources features folder. It contains tc01 underscore skills. Okay, let me give my feature file name, tc01 underscore skills. Correct, right? Right. And package name steps, it's correct. Okay. So now I want to, so when I will run this program, unimplemented methods will be generated for this feature file. Okay, let's run my runner class file. Run as test engine test. So all the unimplemented methods got generated. Let's go and verify what are the methods had been generated. So I'm copying all these methods. Okay, let's copy all these methods. Go to your step definition.java class file. So expand steps, go to step definition.java class file and paste it here. Okay, so we have to import given statement. We have to import when, we have to import then. So Cucumber supporting jar files we had imported. Next point is after every curling bracket, just press enter. So to know the clarity of every method, so just press enter. So whatever code was generated inside the method, let's delete everything. Right. So now I have to declare my WebDriver. Let's declare my WebDriver driver. Okay, and import the WebDriver. Okay, so user launch Chrome browser. So we already know what are the steps. Okay, step methods, set of commands we already written in previous one. So let's copy from there. User launch Chrome browser. These two lines of code related to user launch Chrome browser. Okay. Next one is user opens URL. Let's give local variable name test URL and let's copy these lines of code. Right. Next one is login to below credentials. So here we have data table object. So we don't have string username comma password. Okay. So this data table object got created, data table object got created automatically at method level. Okay. So this data table object holds all input value of this particular step. So if you go to this feature file, this all information, username and password information is available under this data table object. Okay. So how to extract this data table object username and password value? Let's see that part. So here what I am doing is I'm pasting the setup driver commands. I'm pasting the setup driver commands and my data table object is this one, data table. So this data table object contains all this information, username and password input value. So here to get the first cell value 0,0 means the first cell value. Okay, username. Okay, and second cell value data table dot cell of 0,1. So username comma password. So I am ready with my input data. So the data table object holds all the input values of that particular step. So I am retrieving all that information. Okay, now instead of so I can use this one here and I can use this one here. That's it. Previously method local variables. Now data table object holds all data at a time. Okay, so data table dot cell of 0,0 means first row, 0,1 means second column. Okay, 0th row, 0th column, 0th row, first column. So now my all input data is ready. Okay, so let me save my program. Okay, driver dot. Okay, right. Add throws declaration. So at the method level, throws exception will be added. The throws interrupted exception. So this is the exception got added automatically. Okay. So now all my login method is done. So if a particular step is having only single set of row information, only one row, then the data table syntax we will write like this only. Okay, we will write data table if it contains only single row. If a particular step contains more number of rows, okay, more than one row. So how to write the syntax part we will see now. Because the next step, it contains how many records? 3 sets of rows, 0th row, first row and second row. When there are multiple records, we have to write for loop. Okay, how to write for loop I will tell you. So create skills record. Here my data table object contains all the 3 rows information. So now what I need to do is I need to write syntax part like this. See, this is the data table dot cells. So data table dot cells get all the information into this one. Skill data dot get of I. I means when I is equal to 0, 0 comma 0, 0 comma 1. So first time skill name value it contains 0th row, 0th column and 0th row first column. So skill name and skill description value contains first row information, this one and this one. Okay, got the point? And I plus plus means I value is 0 previously, I value will be increased by 1. So during the second iteration, I value is 1 comma 0 and 1 comma 1. So that means 1 comma 0 means this one and 1 comma 1 means this one. Okay, right. During the third iteration, so I value is last I value is 1, 0. First when I value is 0, 0 comma 0. When I value is 1, it's done. And I value will be increased by 2. So 2 comma 0, 2 comma 1. So I value 2 comma 0, 2 comma 1 means this one 2 comma 0 and 2 comma 1. Okay, right. Next, I value is 2 now. I value will be increased by 1. So I value it will become 3. So here 3 less than, so first condition is 0 less than 2. Condition is true. Next time 1 less than 2. Condition is true. One sec. Okay, skills dot size. So number of, so skills data dot size means total number of rows is 2. Okay, 2 less than 3. Last one is 3 less than 3. Okay, so this is what happened during the first iteration when I is equal to 0, 0 less than 3. So 0 comma 0 value 0 comma 0, 0 comma 0 and 0 comma 1 values retrieved. Got the point? When I is equal to 1, 1 less than 3. So 1 less than 3. Here this condition is satisfied. And next time 1 comma 0 and 1 comma 1. And again I value will be increased by 1. So 2 less than 3. Condition true. 2 comma 0 and 2 comma 1. So like that 3 sets of data was iterated. And when I value increased by 1, 3 less than 3. So the condition is failed. So I will be exited from the for loop. So how this for loop is executing, everyone understood? Okay. So first initialization value for integer I is equal to 0. Because index value it will start from 0. 0 comma 0 means this is the 1. 0 comma 1 means this is the 1. Next 1 comma 0. My I value is increased by 1 automatically because I plus plus. During the second iteration, 1 comma 0, 1 comma 1. During the third iteration, 2 comma 0, 2 comma 1. So during the third iteration, 3 less than 3, I value will become by 3, 3 less than 3. Condition is failed and I will exit from the for loop. Understood everyone? Right. Now I need to keep my all my set of driver commands. Why I am writing this particular step with for loop? Because that particular step has to execute 3 times. Okay. So let me go to my set of driver commands. So yesterday's program we had already written skills, right? So go to skill space. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping all these lines of code, Control C, and I'm keeping here. So during the first iteration, it will navigate to admin qualification skills add button. And I want to enter skill name, skill description, and all these values. Okay, let's go to those values, these things. So these 3, okay, Control C, and I'm pasting in my step definition.java class file here. So during the first iteration, my skill name and skill description value is 0, 0 values got populated, and all this set of commands was executed when I value is 0, 0 and 0, 1. Again, second iteration, when 1, 0 and 1, 1. Again, the control it will be navigated, it will click on admin qualification skills add button, and 1, 0 values will be entered. Similarly, 2, 0 value. So this particular step got executed 3 times. So because this particular step contains 3 sets of input data. Okay, so that's why we have written this step by using for loop like this. Okay, so this is the data tables with headers. Okay, now what is the next step? We need to when click on logout button. So click on logout button and close the browser. Okay, let's go to the click on logout button. We are not writing. Close the browser means we have to write driver.close. Okay, so now let me run this program now. Driver.close. Okay. So all my set of driver commands are ready in my step definition.java class file. Let's go and run my feature file. So corresponding methods will be executed. Okay, let me run my runner class. 1 second. All right. Not this runner class file, which I have to execute this one. So Chrome browser is open. Clicking on admin qualifications. Clicked on admin qualification skills button, add button. Sales 20 record got created again for second iteration. 1, 0, 1, 1, and again third iteration also it's got executed. Okay, let's see. So how many records we have now? 3 records. Okay, let's go and verify in the application. Okay. Admin qualifications skills. What? It's not created. 1 second. In step definition.java class file, skill button and save button. Return or not. Okay. Okay, we will do one thing. This close browser we will give after 5 seconds because the browser is closing without saving. Got the point? So I want to run it again. Okay, now let me rerun the program. Cucumber runner test. Sales 21 record got created and sales 22. So my browser also it's closed. If I don't write that part, okay. This was not created. Okay, wait one second. Go to step definition.java class file. So thread.sleep I'm writing. And I don't want to close my browser. I want to see the results also. I'm saving. Okay. Okay. Let me run that. So this record got created now. And to start second iteration, I had given 5 seconds pause. Second record also got created, success. To start third iteration, I had given 5 seconds pause. Okay. So successfully saved. Okay, now let me verify in the same session. So right, all the 3 records got created. Previously, what happening is after clicking on save, immediately after clicking on save button, okay, immediately the next instruction is executing. But without completion of save record, the next driver dot close is executing automatically. So that's why I closed this one. But after every iteration, I have given 5 seconds pause so that record will be created. Okay. And after completion of 5 seconds, the second iteration will be started. After completion of third iteration, after completion of 5 seconds, I will be navigated to here. And after 5 seconds, I am closing my browser. Oh. So like that, okay, let me run the program one more time. Okay, run the program. So I don't want to close my browser because I want to see my results. Okay, so let me stop this line, commenting. So if a particular step having multiple records, you need to write for each loop like that, for loop. So the data table object holds all the input value of that particular step. So successfully saved, first record is done. Second record is done. So third iteration. Right, let's go and verify all the 3 records. Right, all the 3 records got created. Okay. Right. So like that, we can implement data tables without headers. Why I am calling data tables without header means, I will show you. Go to the feature file. So every step it contains corresponding input value. So this step contains corresponding input values. Okay. So if for this parameter, if you specify like this, suppose if you specify like this username, if you specify like that, okay, if you specify like this, we can call that concept is data tables with headers. Okay, if you don't specify, then we can call that thing as a data tables without headers. Okay, so we will do for jobs as well. So what I am doing is I'm taking copy, I'm taking paste. TC01 jobs. Login to application below creates job records. Okay, create job records. Okay, and I want to create one more job title, job description, job note. Okay, so let's create sales one description, sales one note, sales two description, sales two note. Next, sales three description, and sales three. Okay, so these are the three things I want to create. Remaining steps, that means unimplemented method will be generated only for this particular step. Remaining all everything is there. Okay, so now what I need to do, going back to my runner class file, and I have to give TC01 jobs. Okay, right, and saving TC01 jobs.feature file. Okay, let me run my runner class file. Run as test.ng test. So that particular step not implemented, admin job titles. So that step got failed, and that method was generated. This particular step. Okay. So let me copy this method. Control C. Go to my step definition.java class file. And add it. And let's delete all the code. So data table object. So this data table object holds all this job title, job description, job note information. So now this contains multiple rows. So that means I have to write for loop. Let's copy the syntax. Okay. So syntax from here I'm copying. Control C. Control V. And for loop contains starting curling bracket and ending curling bracket. Okay. So here instead of skills data, I will create jobs data. Jobs data dot size of, and jobs data dot get of 0, jobs data dot. So here I will give job title. Okay, and next one is job description. Okay, next one is job note. So 0, 1, second. So 0 is through. When I is equal to 0, I am iterating all the information. When I is equal to 1, second one. When I is equal to 2, it's iterating 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. When I value become 3, 3 less than 3. So for loop will be exited at line number 115. Okay. So this particular for loop has to execute 3 times. Let's keep all my set of driver commands related to jobs. Okay. Let's go to the step definition.java class file, yesterday's one. I think we have written in Selenium particles. Okay, these all are related to jobs only. Let me keep all these things here. So it will navigate to admin job titles. Okay, job description, job title, job description, job note, and it will click on save. So here I need to give these values. Job title, job description, last one is job note. Okay, because every time so job title, job description, job note. So this whenever it is 0, 0, all these information, 0th row information it is iterating. Second iteration 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Third iteration 1, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2. So these driver commands are executing 3 times. Okay, so I'm saving my program now. Let's go to my runner class file. And remember one thing. So previously we observed, let's give thread dot sleep, because before starting next command, so let's save the record for 6 seconds pause. After that, we can continue the second iteration. Okay, so for each iteration, I'm giving 6 seconds pause. Okay, and I'm saying, okay, let's run my runner class. So before driver dot close, I commented out because I want to see the results. Okay, let's run as test engine. So it has to navigate to admin, job titles, add button. So sales one record details got entered and it's got created. And when 1 is equal to 0, so admin, job titles, sales 2 record got created. So sales 3 record got created. Okay. So all the records got created. Let's verify the sales 1, sales 2, sales 3. So like that. So important point in data tables is, so these all steps in previous scenario or scenario outline, go to skill space. We have written separate step, but to create these records, all the navigation steps also we are keeping in the same thing, because every iteration it has to iterate admin qualification skills and add button. So go to skill space, go to job space. I haven't written separate step, because in my feature file I did only create job records. All the set of driver commands I kept it under one step only, because all these commands has to execute during first iteration, during second iteration, during third iteration. That's why I have written all these commands into single step, because all these steps it has to iterate when I is equal to 0 comma 0, when I is equal to 1 comma 0, and when I is equal to 2 comma 0. So all these things, so that multiple records will be created. So everyone understood how to write data tables without headers. Okay, so now we will see data tables with headers. Runner class low, it is false. Yeah. Parallel means so I will tell you what is that. I will tell you. Okay. మీరు రెడీ డౌట్ నేను చెప్తాను, ఇప్పుడే చెప్తే వాళ్ళందరూ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ వస్తుంది. So yesterday we discussed about scenario outline. Yesterday we discussed about scenario outline, and today's class also we okay, let me open my feature. Okay, so yesterday we have created multiple skills record by using scenario or scenario outline. So by using scenario outline we had created multiple records, and using data tables also we had created multiple records. Which approach is the best one? Understood my question? అక్కడ మనం మల్టిపుల్ రికార్డ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం, ఇక్కడ మల్టిపుల్ రికార్డ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం. స్లైట్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంది. కెన్ ఎనీబడి నోటీస్ దట్ పాయింట్? కొంచెం అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. నిన్న మీరు సినారియో అవుట్లైన్ బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే మీకు అర్థమైంది. సో కెన్ ఐ టెల్, in scenario outline, every time a new session was started, all steps got executed for execution. Every time a new session got started and all the records are getting created. Again, for second set of input data, user launch Chrome browser, user opens URL and it's entering all the new data. But in data tables, it's launched, it's not, there is new set in the single session only. I created multiple records. Only admin qualification skills only, that particular step got iterated 3 times. Suppose I had given an exercise, can you please create multiple job records? I had given an exercise. What you will do, every time you will navigate to admin, job titles, and you will create the record. But practically we won't do log out and we won't do login again and we won't create. So now tell me which approach is best, scenario outline or data tables? Okay, so data tables is the best approach. And in an optimized way, we can create multiple records. No need to do log out every time. No need to start new session every time. In the interviews, people are asking, what is the difference between scenario and scenario outline? What is the difference between scenario outline and data tables? Scenario outline and data tables, both purposes to create multiple records only. Whereas in scenario outline, for each set of input data, a fresh session was started and all steps are getting executed. Whereas in data tables, within the same session, all multiple records will be created. Because we are for that particular step, we are writing navigation steps during when I is equal to 0, when I is equal to 1, when I is equal to 2. So we are not launching new session. Okay, that is the advantage. Okay, so data tables without headers means that. So if anybody will ask what is scenario and scenario outline means, scenario steps will be executed only once with a predefined input values. Scenario outline steps will be executed multiple times defined in the example section. And each time a new session will be started and new set of input data record details will be entered. And coming to data tables, within the same session, multiple records will be created. Okay, so that is the observation we need to do. Meer kuda adagandi, doubt adugutunna. Something you asked. Right. So yesterday we had given parallel is equal to true. So scenario outline contains, it has to execute 3 times. So 3 sessions will be started parallelly and it will be executed. Understood? For the first set of input data, a session will be started. For the second set of input data, a second session will be started. And for third set of input data, third tab will be opened and the set of driver commands will be executed. Parallel is equal to true you had given. But in data tables, there is no multiple sessions, only single session. Okay, so there is no concept of parallel execution because in the same session we had created and we execute. Got it? So can we go for Cucumber data tables with headers? So far without headers means these values doesn't contain parameter names. Okay, now let me go and create a project for data tables with headers. Okay, let me go on first project and we will see. So file, new, other, Maven project. Or I will do one thing. You can do from beginning. Okay. So what I am doing is I am taking the copy of this project. I'm pasting in my D drive somewhere. I'm pasting. Okay, this is data table without headers, right? So what I'm doing is for this folder, I'm renaming. So more options, and I'm renaming with headers concept I want to tell. Okay, so with headers. So the project folder I had renamed in my C drive. Okay, so I'm going back to here and in the form.xml, what change I am doing, just observe that. So I'm opening with Notepad. Form.xml, I'm opening with Notepad. So the group ID and project ID. So this is group ID and this is artifact ID during creation of the project. So what I am doing is without, so the same name, whatever folder name it contains, same name I am giving. Okay, and project name also here, project name, the third one also. I'm giving the same, whatever my folder name, it is the same folder name I had changed it in my form.xml. So let's close this one. So in my C drive, this is the folder is available, data table with header. Okay, let's go to this. So now I want to import that C drive project folder in my project. Explorer. Okay, so let's go to file, import existing Maven projects. Under Maven, existing Maven projects, let's click on next. Let me browse my folder in my C drive. So this one, right? Cucumber June 4 data table with header. So let's select this folder. What happened? Without header. One second. Existing Maven projects, browse. One second. I think somewhere the form.xml was not saved correctly. Okay, it's not saved. Okay. So now my pom.xml changes was done. Okay, so now let's import that folder. Okay, so file, import existing Maven projects. Oh, that. So now the pom.xml checkbox got selected successfully, and I am clicking on finish. See that project folder got imported, everything. Okay, so just I changed group ID, artifact ID, and project name, and whatever my project folder name is there, that is the same name I updated in my form, so that I can import it. I no need to develop from beginning. Understood, everyone? Okay. So now what I am doing is, so going back to my src test java, going back to my resources folder, let me add my parameter names. So skills.feature file. So let me add username and password. So I added parameter name. Next one is skill name and skill description. Skill name, skill description. If you added parameters like this concept we can call it as a data tables with headers. Okay. Okay, let me save this. Okay, so this one you log into application with below credentials 1. I am modifying little bit change and create skills records 4. Because for these two things, methods will be generated for these two steps. Okay, right. Now let me go to my runner class file. So tc01 underscore skills. I want to generate methods for tc01 underscore skills. Okay, let me run the program. So I'm running my program. Run as testing. So launch Chrome browser and remaining user enter name password. These methods was not generated. So let me add those two steps. So this one and the next one, these two methods. So let's copy these two methods. Go to my step definition.java class file. So let's delete all automated code. So log into application with below credentials. So the data table object contains all including parameter name and values. So if it is contains single row and if it is having parameter names, what is the syntax part? Okay. So now let's go to the program. So here I am writing like this. If it contains, if data tables with parameters, you have to write syntax like this. So I have created a login object. Login dot get of zero dot get of parameter name. Whatever parameter name you had given, that is the same parameter name. You have to specify it here. Previously 0, 0, 0, 1 we specified. But here the parameter name I am specifying. In the 0th row, I want username. In the 0th row, I want password information. So I'm getting all this information and I am have to write driver dot find element by name. So this is the username one value I'm giving, and driver dot find element by password. So this is the password one value I'm giving, and driver dot find element by xpath. So this is the one I'm doing. Got it? So if it is data tables with headers, this is the syntax part you have to write. And whatever object you mentioned, login dot get of zero dot this parameter. Okay. So if it is single row information, this is the syntax. But if a particular step having multiple records, then syntax is differs. Okay, let's go to the that part. So we have to write syntax part like this. And I have created skills data object. And so when I is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, we had seen. So when I is equal to 0, skill name and skill description parameter names, what we had given. Right. So I had given correct parameter names only. Ensure whatever parameter names you had given, same parameter names you have to specify here. So that input details will be, it will be retrieved. And I have to write all the skills related. So where is my skills? This one. All the set of driver commands. Okay. So let's go back to here. So skill name and skill description values I am giving to here. Skill name and okay, one. So if it contains multiple records with parameters, the syntax part we have to write it like this, and skills data dot size of this is the one, and where 0, skill name, 0, skill description. Okay, let me run my speech runner class file now. Data tables with headers, right? Where is that data tables? One second. So this one, so I'm going to execute tc01 skills dot feature file now. So create skills record, this particular step will be executed 3 times. Okay. So let me change my input values, sales 500, because already these records got created. Okay, I'm saving. Okay. So now let me run my program. Cucumber runner test. Run as test engine test. So if the data table contains with parameters, that is the syntax part we have to write. So in real time, people will use data tables with headers only. Nobody will use without headers. Okay. In the interview point of view only, I told these two examples. See, within the same session, it's executing. Got it? So sales 510 record details got created successfully. Okay, let me share these two projects now. So you can copy and extract it and file and import these two projects. Okay. So today's date is June 6th, right? June 4th. So Cucumber data table with headers concept only people will use in real time. Okay, without headers, nobody will use. Okay, but interview point of view, sometimes people are asking. So that's it for today's class. You can do the practice on data tables. Okay, I'm uploading this. Fourth. Okay. So June 4th data tables Cucumber zip file got I had uploaded. So if you want to check for today's date, last modified date, 1 second. Modified today. Okay. So this is the one it's available. Okay.